Have you ever been burnt out or feel like you're edging on burnout? I want to talk about women and burnout specifically today and how to stop leaking both time and energy. Burnout for women, it's a thing. And as women, we carry a higher risk. You know how to do hard work. In fact, one CEO I spoke with just recently graded the amount of work that she had to do to get to where she was as a 12 out of 10. She also said she believes she first experienced burnout at the age of 17 after she fast tracked through high school. Burnout's no fun. I have been there. I had no idea the layers of conditioning that I was functioning under that led me to this place. In fact, burnout became the catalyst for digging deeper into the things that drove me, and I would call those my shadow parts, and learning how to reconnect with myself. How often do you feel like you've burned out? Are you like the COO that I spoke with that feels like they've burned out a few times? Or do you feel like you've been traveling on the edge of just barely avoiding toppling into complete burnout? You feel exhausted, but your to-do list doesn't shrink. You're feeling like you divide yourself up into a million pieces between work and home life. You're constantly in crisis management, which you're darn good at, by the way, but you feel on edge all the time. You feel lonely, even though you're in this noisy people space, and you long for some deep connection and delightful relationships. You find yourself overgiving, proving, pleasing, and perfectionism has always been a thing. Time and energy are leaking out as a result. If you're nodding your head to any of these things, time and energy are leaking out in a steady stream. Whether you're a woman in corporate, whether you're an entrepreneur, or whether you're leading your family and community, burnout is real. Sustainability for women who lead is of prime importance. We are seeing the mass exodus in many places, and particularly sort of post-pandemic. I mean, that was a huge stressor. But you know that the experiences that we're talking about here were present before the pandemic. And they're not going to go away anytime soon unless you make a change, unless you say, look, put a stake in the ground. Actually, I'm done with living this way. I believe that the only way to really do this is to get to the root of the issue. It's beneath the layers. There's lots of surface stuff you can work on. You can work on mind, thought, and mindset, and work with your thoughts, and you can, work with limiting beliefs and try to blast through them and all those things. And those things aren't wrong. I mean, all of those have value. But I believe to get to the root of this whole issue is how we solve burnout for women. You're a human first. And it's here that the foundational ways of being are laid down, most of which have been laid down before the age of 7. That's right, the age of 7. And then you're surrounded by a culture that has many hidden rules and some not so hidden about how women should be and do, even in the corporate world. Even when we think we've made headway, there are these underpinnings. I've been working with a young woman leader who is feeling the same expectations, cultural expectations. And I'm 20 years her senior. And so this isn't just, my age group, and I'm 55, but this is all the way down. Our younger women and younger leaders are experiencing this same thing. So it's here with all of this cultural layering and the things we've taken in and made 1 + 1 = 2 before the age of 7. It's here that we take on, without knowing, the many habits and conditioned responses that keep us from living a life that we truly love and that supports our biggest dreams. And when we live a life that we truly love and are stepping into the life that is ours, following our true path, which means actualizing our dreams and desires, this is where the strength of leadership arises from. It's grounded, it's solid, it's clear. This kind of resonance in a leader, you can just imagine the impact. So when you learn who you are beneath these layers, and you learn the skills to unhook when you get triggered, because there's that, right? Life happens. And some of these old things that we have learned over time they're still here. That wiring, that neural wiring is still there. So we can get hooked. So learning how to unhook these two things, finding out who you really are beneath the layers, reconnecting with that person, because that part of yourself has always been here, and learning how to unhook. This is the place where you step into a freedom that you couldn't have dreamed of. And you lead with confidence, grounded in your truth. Addressing these deep layers are the key to sustainability for women who lead. I'd love to hear, what's your relationship with burnout? Let me know in the comments. I'd like to hear from you. I wish you a happy Monday.